On today's broadcast, storm damage, how Sunday's tornadoes affected one Lexington neighborhood. Also, close call, how Columbia authorities acted quickly to prevent a high school shooting.
The student was in class, the officers approached him, removed him from the school, and detained him, questioning him in connection with the information that had been received.
And admission slump, why law schools nationwide are seeing their lowest attendance numbers in years. Carolina News starts now.
Live from the capital city, Carolina News brings you your news first. With breaking news and in-depth reporting. Up-to-the-minute weather. And all your sports news and highlights. It's all here, now, on Carolina News.
Hello and welcome to Carolina News. I'm Christina Bryant.
Good afternoon and thanks for joining us. I'm Ryan Fulham. Sunday storms brought some damaging winds and tornado watches to the Midlands. Authorities confirmed a tornado that touched down in one Lexington neighborhood. Ashley Oots was on the scene to see how the community is cleaning up the damage.
But what it basically did is it went right around that whole row of houses and then just hit the water and kept going.
As you enter the Lake Murray neighborhood, all you will hear are chainsaws and machines hard at work. Cleanup crews have been working to clean up the small community for the past 2 days after an F1 tornado touched down near St. John's Church Road in Lexington.
Well, F1 tornado I think is 72 to 115 miles an hour. It was moving at about 25 to 35 miles an hour. So it wasn't just the power of the vortex spinning, it was also the speed at which it was traveling.
The storm damaged several trees and a few houses nearby, but luckily no injuries have been reported. Brian Jones is a member of one of the many crews that were called out to the scene to help clean up the damages.
Still, as you can see, we have pine trees back here ranging from 50 to 100 years old that were snapped off anywhere from 10 feet to 50 feet up or completely uprooted and laid down altogether.
According to officials, there are nearly 50 trees that are down.
Behind me is a white oak tree. It's one of the strongest trees, but according to Brian, after the tornado, it's pretty much like toothpicks now.
The cleanup crews say it will take them until the end of this week to finish cleaning up the damages in the area. Ashley Oots, Carolina News.
Right now, the community is focusing on cleaning up the area before more bad weather comes around again. And for now, however, it looks like the storms have passed. Our weather specialist, Camlin Moore, is outside with what to expect going forward.
It's a beautiful day in South Carolina. After days of gloom, storms, and clouds, we've got a great stretch of spring weather rolling in our way. Throughout the week, we can expect sunny skies with highs in the mid to upper 70s. But as we approach the weekend, that's all going to change. I'll tell you what to expect coming up later in the forecast.
A 17-year-old Hayward Center student was arrested yesterday after allegedly planning a shooting at Dreher High School. The threat, planned on the 16th anniversary of the Columbine School Massacre, has shaken the Dreher community. O'Shea Robinson has the story.
On April 20th, 1999, Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold opened fire at Columbine High School, killing 12 students and 1 teacher. The shooters also wounded 23 others before taking their own lives. And on Monday, 16 years to date of the Columbine Massacre, Dreher High School received a similar threat, rattling the community.
It's at the school that I went to and where my dad teaches. It just really is more emotional to me because it could have been him. It could have been some of the friends that I went to high school that still go there.
Richland County authorities say a 17-year-old Hayward Career Center student whose identity has been withheld was arrested in connection to that threat.
I reached out to administrations here at Dreher High School, and they were not able to give me a comment on exactly how students reacted and how they knew the guy was a threat.
But District 1 officials did comment on the incident.
The principal and the school resource officer there at Dreher High School received some information that a student had made some comments about committing an act of violence at the school.
Despite the concern around the community, York says the situation was quickly under control.
This particular student, the student in question, was not on campus at Dreher, so there was no immediate threat.
People like Haley Nelson are relieved that such tragic history did not repeat itself. O'Shea Robinson, Carolina News.
District officials have not released information regarding the involvement of other students. The case has been given to the Columbia Police Department for further investigation.
An officer-involved shooting took place early this morning in Lexington County. A Florida man was visiting his brother in Irmo, where he was shot in this home on White Falls Drive. A spokesperson for Lexington County Sheriff's Department said officers were originally called to the house for a welfare check. He was hospitalized and underwent surgery, but his condition has not been released. The South Carolina Law Enforcement Division is investigating the incident. A Maryland man died from a spinal injury a week after being arrested by Baltimore police. Freddie Gray was arrested by 4 officers after being stopped for an undisclosed violation on April 12th. Court documents say the arrest occurred without incident, but Gray arrived at the police station with an injured voice box and vertebrae. Gray died a week later while in police custody. Baltimore Police Deputy Commissioner Jerry Rodriguez says the autopsy will provide more information for the investigation.
He did suffer a very tragic injury to his spinal cord, which resulted in his death. What we don't know and what we need to get to is how that injury occurred.
All 6 officers involved in Gray's arrest have been suspended.
Going to law school used to be considered a smart choice for college graduates seeking financial security, but that may no longer be the case. In recent years, the number of law school applicants and available jobs have steadily decreased. Matthew Harvey reports.
Across the country, law schools are seeing the lowest enrollment numbers in years. Approximately 46,000 people have applied to law schools during this admission cycle, compared to 77,000 applicants in 2010. The drop in applicants and enrollees has to do with the high amounts of student debt and now the lack of financial security.
Yeah, obviously knew coming in that I might be coming out with like 6 figures in debt, but you know, when you go to law school, you know what you're getting yourself into. You got to do your research, and to really have faith in yourself, you got to have confidence that you're going to make good connections, get good grades, and get a good job when you get out. And I have that faith in myself. I mean, I have that confidence that I'll be able to do that.
Even with lower applicants and lower admissions here at the law school at the University of South Carolina, law firms in South Carolina are still hiring USC grads. So the struggling economy doesn't hurt the job turnout as much.
I'm a second-year law student, so like my friends and the 3Ls, the people that's about to get out, just listening to them, I know a lot of them already have jobs set up. I know a lot of people in my class have jobs, like summer jobs and stuff, and so I think like the market is actually turning around.
Law firms that suffered during the recession are still struggling to fully recover. Firms all over the country were forced to make staff and budget cuts, limiting the number of available jobs for recent grads and future grads.
So it didn't affect South Carolina quite as much. We've still had good, solid hiring, even through the downturn in the economy. And that's something that has, frankly, has served South Carolina pretty well through this contraction, that we have continued to get our students real jobs, real long-term, full-time jobs for which a law degree is required.
Matthew Harvey, Carolina News.
University of South Carolina Law School graduates are still getting jobs at a relatively high rate and hope to continue this trend moving forward. Next week, the Richland 2 School District will meet to adjust their budget for the 2015-2016 school year. The school board must make changes to cover state mandates such as the teacher salary increases and new hires to keep up with the student growing population. To make up for the expenses, the board will consider increasing property taxes for local businesses, a plan which could provide the district with an extra $10 million. District CFO Harry Miley says he thinks that he can operate next year without making any cutbacks. There will be a public hearing on the issue April 28th at Blythewood Middle School. The board is expected to vote immediately following the hearing.
In the wake of several small recalls this year, Bluebell Ice Cream has voluntarily recalled their entire line of frozen products. The products have been attributed to 5 cases of listeriosis in Kansas and 3 in Texas, and of those infected, 3 have died. The company confirmed in a written statement that several machines in multiple different facilities tested positive for listeria. Bluebell CEO Paul Cruz issued a public apology and said the company will make many changes, including increasing facility testing by 800%. And research done more than 2 decades ago has found a link between taking too many vitamins and the risk of cancer. The University of Colorado Cancer Center's Dr. Tim Byers found supplements in moderation can be healthy, but they can be harmful in excess. Byers found that taking high doses of beta-carotene increased risk of lung cancer. Too many selenium supplements can increase the development of skin cancer. Vitamin E can cause a high risk of prostate cancer in men, and too much folic acid can lead to increased colon cancer risks.
New research suggests that working while walking on a treadmill desk might not have a negative impact on job performance. Two Brigham Young University researchers found that people on treadmill desks perform tasks almost as well as sitting at the desk, despite the fact that they're walking. The researchers say that walkers did show slight decreases in processing speed, attention, and typing words per minute, but the overall drop wasn't significant, and the health benefits of treadmill desks seemed to outweigh productivity. The study was published in the online journal PLOS ONE. And coming up next, one lady Gamecock is starting the next chapter of her basketball career.
Never look a howler monkey in the eye. Fried ants are delicious. We finished a clinic in a rainstorm.
Really?
That was a confidence builder. My students actually ended up teaching me. Yeah.
In la keg, a la king.
Think managing a sales team is tough. Try working with 5 different villages. My alarm clock was a rooster. After 2 months, I was ready to quit, but after 2 years, I didn't want to leave. I didn't know I had it in me.
Turn 2 years of service into a lifetime of experience.
Basketball season may be over for Gamecock women, but for some graduating players, it's time to focus on the next chapter. Elisa Welch has an exciting one ahead of her. Alyssa Lang has the story.
You know, I've always said I just want to be remembered as somebody who just worked hard. You know, somebody who you could come in practice and you could see my jersey drenched in sweat, and you could come in the game and see me giving everything I got.
That mentality has worked so far for Elisa Welch. A graduating senior women's basketball player who led her team to the first Final Four in program history, and is the first Gamecock to be drafted professionally under head coach Dawn Staley.
You know, a lot of fans who are South Carolina fans now could possibly become Chicago Sky fans.
USC was once uncharted territory for the Goose Creek alum who was Dawn Staley's first big in-state recruit and came to play for a struggling, unknown program.
So to step into a new environment, you know, to head up to Chicago, somewhere I've never been before, you know, that's definitely a thing I'm looking forward to. You know, it's just kind of not knowing what to expect.
But what was once a struggling Gamecock squad isn't anymore thanks to Welch. Though they couldn't capture the championship she wanted, she's going from one winning mentality to another.
It's perfect, isn't it? You know, and I'm going from a team in which we were able to go to the Final Four to, you know, a team who went to the finals.
And though she will be missed,
no. Oh, Frank.
Oh, you're sweaty. Oh, my God.
Ew! She's going to bring the same Lisa Welch toughness to Chicago.
You know, I want to use my basketball body for as long as I can, you know, until my knees can't go anymore.
In Columbia, Alyssa Lang, Carolina News.
Up next for Elisa, heading to training camp on May 17th with the Chicago Sky to fight for a job on the squad.
Earth Day is tomorrow and USC has already begun celebrating. Earth Jam was held on Green Street in Davisville today. The event featured live music from student bands, fresh food, and arts and crafts. Dozens of students stopped by to spread awareness for environmental concerns.
And because no one really knows, no one really cares, and we do. We want people to.
Yeah, trying to help educate people on sustainability, really. We have a sustainability pledge where people are pledging a thumbprint, so just get a little green thumb for the day.
The event was a joint effort by Sustainable Carolina, Healthy Carolina, and the Residence Hall Association. The city has approved plans for a new student health center on the University of South Carolina's campus. The center will house all student health services, which are currently spread across 5 campus buildings. The plan calls for a 5-story, 69,000 square foot building to be constructed directly beside the current Student Thompson Health Center. It will include updates such as an eye clinic and expand sports medicine services. The estimated completion date for the project is December 2016.
Well, the weather has been great out today, and I hope it stays that way. Camlin, what can we expect this week?
A beautiful week lies ahead with sunny skies and warmer temperatures, but as we approach the weekend, that's all going to change. I'll tell you what to expect coming up next.
It is important for young people to have a mentor in their life.
I would definitely say that I have had an impact on his life, and he's had an impact on my life.
One of the most important lessons that I've learned from Charlie is to make better decisions and take responsibility for what you're going to do.
Think about what you would be today if people didn't go a step out of their way to help you out. And that's really what it's all about.
So get involved and do your part. Invest in the future. Mentor a child.
What if you could ignite your child's love of learning with one after-school program? What if that one program was easy and fun? Destination Imagination is the one. Destination Imagination has taught teamwork, creativity, and problem solving for more than 25 years. A major university study showed our students are ahead of others in creativity and critical thinking. Learn more at startateam.org and make Destination Imagination the one for you.
You can't text and pay attention to the world around you, and you definitely can't text and drive. Every year, deaths due to distracted and negligent driving are increasing. In fact, while drunk driving rates have dropped greatly, negligent driving fatalities have skyrocketed. Find out more at negligentdriving.com.
Hi, I'm Mia Hamm. As a professional soccer player, I know how rewarding sports can be and how quickly injuries happen. So I've teamed up with the American Association of Orthodontists to ask athletes to play it safe. With my years of training, I know what it takes to become an expert, and orthodontists do too. They're the experts who help people obtain healthy, beautiful smiles. Wear mouthguards, face masks, and helmets to prevent injuries. Keep smiling and visit braces.org.
Well, Camlin, it was absolutely gorgeous outside today, and I'm really looking forward to that continuing throughout the week.
It was. You should go ahead and go outside and experience the weather now, because that's not going to last us past Friday. But currently in Columbia, we do have great weather with sunny, clear skies and a temperature at 72 degrees. So it feels great outside. Go experience it while you can. The winds are at 8 miles per hour west, 34% humidity, so not bad at all. It feels great outside. The state temperatures are across the board. They're pretty much high 60s, low 70s. So it feels great. 72 in Columbia and Rock Hill, 69 in Greenville, 70 in Aiken, 71 in Orangeburg, 73 in Myrtle Beach, 74 in Charleston, and 75 in Hilton Head. So why are we getting these temperatures? We have this front that's moving its way towards us, but lucky for us, it's actually going to push up towards the north. So it's going to miss us, but by tomorrow, you'll see that there is a front forming near Texas that's going to bring us some cooler temperatures and some rain. They're experiencing some severe thunderstorms throughout the week, but lucky for us, we're only going to get some light showers on Saturday and Sunday. For tonight, temperatures are going to drop to the high 40s and low 50s. So it's going to get cool outside. In Charleston, 58, and in Myrtle Beach, 58. Columbia and Florence, 52. Aiken, 51. Greenville, 48. And Rock Hill, 47. But by tomorrow, those temperatures are going to push up. We're going to have some warmer weather tomorrow with 80 degrees in Columbia, 81 in Aiken, 77 in Rock Hill and Greenville, 80 in Florence, 77 in Myrtle Beach, and 78 in Charleston. So our 5-day forecast, like I said, go enjoy it while you can, because it's going to be sunny, clear skies on Wednesday and Thursday with temperatures in the high 70s and low 80s. But by Friday, those clouds are going to roll in. So it's still going to be warm outside, but things are going to start to turn by that point. By the weekend, on Saturday and Sunday, we're going to experience some light showers with a 60% chance on Saturday, 50% chance on Sunday. And by the end of the weekend, that will all clear up. So hopefully we'll see some better weather by next week.
So 3 more days of beautiful weather, and then we do have some rain coming in those next 2 days.
We do. I know. I'm tired of the rain, so I'm ready to have a full week of just great weather to go outside and do some fun things.
That's right. I'm just not looking forward to that rain. I wish you gave me better news than that.
We have 3 more days. Let's be positive here. 3 more days, guys.
Exactly. Well, coming up, we have all of our NBA playoff highlights after the break.
At their size.
The strongest families are built one moment at a time. For more ways to make every day count, visit facebook.com/makeeverydaycount.
A quarterback, a class clown, a natural leader, someone's son, someone's father, someone's best friend. For those who died in the Vietnam War, the greatest tribute is to see them not just as names on the wall, but as the people they were. The Education Center at the wall will put faces to the names. It will preserve photos, letters, and mementos of veterans, so their stories and sacrifice will never be forgotten. Call or click now. Help us build it.
I worry about my boyfriend. One minute he's supportive, the next minute everything is my fault. After he's had too many beers, he gets really angry and I become the target. My best friend, a social worker, told me to try Al-Anon family groups. It was a great relief to hear a new perspective for my problems. Are you troubled by someone's drinking? You might be surprised at what you can learn in an Al-Anon family group meeting from people just like you. Call 1-888-4-AL-ANON or visit alanonfamilygroups.org.
All of these babies are part of the same family, the Text for Baby family. Text for Baby is a free service for moms during pregnancy and until their baby's first birthday. Each week, moms get free text messages on nutrition, labor, delivery, breastfeeding, immunization, things moms need to know today. And your phone company won't charge you for the text messages. Sign up now. Just text the word baby to 511-411.
So Anthony, I heard that we may be losing one of our Gamecock men's basketball players. Please tell me that's not true.
That's right. It seems like our losing season has kind of detracted away from our appeal as a basketball program. USC basketball player Demetrius Henry announced that he will be transferring via Twitter today, saying, quote, "I want to thank Coach Frank Martin and the University of South Carolina for the opportunity to play here, but I will be transferring." Henry has yet to announce where he will be transferring. The Bulls hosted a game 2 against the Bucks tonight at home. Jimmy Butler made a scene. We'll pick it up in the 4th. Butler locks in and drains it for a 3, tying it up. Butler then drives it up the paint and slams it in the basket. Rose passes it off to Butler, who drains it for another 3. The man is on fire. And despite having a weak first half, Rose finishes off the game with a clutch 2-pointer just outside the paint. The Bulls win 91-82, up 2-0 in their series. Continuing playoffs coverage, the Warriors hosted the Pelicans at home last night. The Pelicans started off hot with a 14-2 run in the first quarter, but we'll pick it up at the bottom of the second, where Klay Thompson buries it to tie it 3 in the 47th. He does his best sinking the 3 with a flick of the wrist, but it looks like we're having some technical difficulty, so we'll go ahead and move on to our next story. The Gamecock baseball team is on the road today. South Carolina will take on Furman today and Greenville at 7 p.m. The Gamecocks last faced the Paladins in November, pulling away with a 5-2 win at home. The Paladins will also do battle against childhood cancer. Following the game, Furman baseball players and coaches will gather atop the dugout to have their heads shaved to raise awareness and funds for childhood cancer. It's absolutely great what the Paladins are doing. I think it's cool that they're trying to raise a little bit of money for childhood cancer, bring awareness to it.
I've actually had a couple friends on that team before, and it is definitely a phenomenal cause. But going back to the Warriors there, the end of that game, Klay Thompson, I heard, went off a little bit.
Yeah, Klay Thompson had an excellent game. He sunk many threes, and Stephen Curry also had an awesome game. So you know what, the Warriors are killing it. They're
both those series are 2-0 right now, correct?
Yep. Both the Bulls and the Warriors are up 2.
Well, NBA playoffs, exciting time. Thank you, Anthony, for all of that sports update. Wow. Coming up after the break, why love was in the air at the Boston Marathon.
Some people might think that Adrian would never be able to go to college like his brother or achieve his dream of being an actor. We couldn't disagree more. We're the ARC, and we believe everyone should have the opportunity to realize their full potential. The ARC stands up for those in need, advocating for people with intellectual and developmental disabilities.
I want to be a professional actor.
So they can be anything they want to be. If you need help, or if you want to help, visit us at www.thearc.org.
I've got my own problems to worry about. Those people in Africa don't want to help themselves. What's the point? Where's the proof? Actually, SMART programs are saving lives. In just 10 years, over 15 million more kids are alive. All less than 1% of the total U.S. budget. How's that for proof? And today there are new vaccines that could save millions of more kids. Go to one.org and join the movement. We're not asking for your money. We're asking for your voice.
Hello, I'm Dr. Regina Benjamin, U.S. Surgeon General. Breastfeeding is a preventive measure that can protect babies from illnesses and infections, and there are also health benefits for mothers. While 75% of American mothers start out breastfeeding, only 13% of babies are exclusively breastfed at the end of 6 months, and the rates are much lower for African American infants. Whether you're a grandmother or an employer, you can help make it easier for moms to breastfeed. For more information, please go to surgeongeneral.gov.
This neighborhood sure has changed a lot over the years. You know, there was a time when people like me couldn't live here. I will never forget being told I wasn't welcome in this neighborhood. Well, I own this building now. The Fair Housing Act made a difference for someone like me, so I can choose where I want to live, free from discrimination. Glad you could make it. Right this way.
After 3 hours and 41 minutes of running, one Boston Marathon runner stopped just short of the finish line, but not because he was tired. Daniel Coe got down on one knee after the race and proposed to his girlfriend, Amy Sinnott. That's adorable. The two have been together for 5.5 years, and Sinnott says it was a dream come true. Shortly after the engagement, red roses were passed down from the grandstands. That's amazing,
What I think is amazing is the fact that people run marathons. I don't think I've ever run 26 miles total in my entire life. Not even close.
No, I think it's awesome. I mean, he gave up the win of the race, but you know what? Maybe he won something bigger.
Yeah, well,
a lifetime of happiness. You're right.
Exactly.
He won a lifetime of happiness.
Certainly did, or a lifetime of commitment. Either one.
Well, I know. At the Boston Marathon yesterday, it was very rainy, so I'm sure that wasn't great for the runners. But Cameron, can we take one more look at that 5 days so we see what we're expecting here in the Midlands?
Well, if you're into running, now would be the time in Columbia for the next 3 days because we have clear, sunny skies, warm weather. It's going to be beautiful out Wednesday through Friday, but once we approach the weekend, the clouds are going to start rolling in and we're going to see some light rain on Saturday and Sunday with a 60% chance on Saturday and a 50% chance on Sunday. So enjoy it while it lasts.
Well, I hope whoever plans on proposing, they do it within the next 3 days, not this weekend.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, that is all the time that we have today, and thank you so much for being with us.
We'll see you tomorrow, and we hope you have a phenomenal evening.